This is when all the kids are wearing their mustaches on their
That's what the kids do these days? You're so hip, Dan. You're so hip. I love it. Oh, that's been all over your face.
It's my tongue. My tongue.
Honestly.
It's like...
Okay, that's enough.
Cyber.
Okay, let's start this. Hey, watching with Dan and Tony and Shannon. Hey, watching with Dan and Tony and Shannon.
We'll skip the intro song today. That's good.
It'll be such a good one.
We're gonna get a lot done. I can tell.
Let's start this bullshit.
Hey, watching with Dan and Tony. Hey, watching with Dan and Tony. It's Hey Watching, yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Do you want me to start the show?
I
start the show. I run the show. You're not running the show. You're a guest. You're not like the new host.
Guest host.
No, you're the guest. You're the guest. It's the guest.
I'm Jonathan Capehart.
You're Jonathan Capehart. Just like I'm Anthony Davis. And Tony's LeBron James starring.
I don't want to be LeBron James. Don't give me that.
You're
bullshit.
LeBron James.
No, I'm not. If anyone, I'm Tom Gugliotta. Okay.
Why am I the only journalist and you two are basketball players?
I don't know, but I'm not taking LeBron.
Coolness. What's wrong with LeBron?
I am anti-LeBron. No.
It's a Minnesota thing.
Oh, it's a Minnesota thing.
Yeah.
He didn't come back to Minnesota and win us championship.
No, hey, he never was at Minnesota. We wouldn't even want him, okay? Get him out of here. Bring back KG. Go.
No, what you need is...
that went really well.
Who was the white guy?
The first one went really well. Which one? Tom Gugliotta, Christian Leitner.
Oh,
where are we watching? They made a Christian.
Wally Zerbiak, the porn
is.
Star.
Wally
Zerbiak's a porn star?
No, let's not start that rumor. He's not actually a porn star. He just looks like a guy that would be in a porn movie, so we always used to call him a porn star.
Yes.
We've traced this rumor back to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony.
Just for the record, I used to be on the Blue Crew, so I worked for the Timberwolves for a couple seasons.
Yeah, we know.
Which is
a level of embarrassment we don't want to even think about.
I find it.
It was the greatest job I've ever had.
It's the
only
and I got a fist bump from KG. So if you can beat that, Dan, go for it.
I saw Richard Nixon get off an airplane. So stick it in your.
Was it this one? Because that would be good.
No, he was after that. He was landing at
Orange
County to go home forever in disgrace.
No, he's still president.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, really? That was the disgrace?
You saw him in 74.
The road trip of disgrace? Is that what they call it these days?
Okay, we're going to do the show.
Are we not doing the show?
No, we haven't started the show yet.
I don't know. I do the editing, Dan.
Exactly.
Welcome to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. This is our special episode for the fifth week in the month of December. So that means we brought in a special guest host, my wife.
My wife.
I knew it. I knew the Borat was coming.
My wife. Shannon. So she is right there. When I'm flinching, that's when she's attacking. And she chose this movie.
She did.
I'm sorry.
So she chose The Blue Lagoon from 1980, starring Christopher Atkins, and Brooke Shields, 14-year-old Brooke Shields.
Yeah, I had to do some research on this movie just to make sure it was okay for me to watch.
Yes, just to make sure that you shouldn't be put in jail.
Right.
The To Catch a Predator guy wasn't going to, so you watched Blue Lagoon, did you?
Surprise, you idiot, just pops up from the couch. Damn it!
So, Shannon, why don't you give us a little background as to why you chose... Don't bang that there. God, it's loud. Use it. It's a show. It's a podcast. You have to be professional.
My God.
Also, there's a lot of just groans of disgust from your right side, Dan, and I'm really digging it.
So why did you pick the old Blue Lagoon?
Well,
Lagoon.
A few reasons. I knew it was really stupid.
Well, yes.
I did see it when it came out. I don't even know.
Oh, you did?
I did, and I was 13. I don't know how I got in there. I know we went with a friend's older sister, but still.
Yeah.
And I remember her covering our eyes like a bunch of the time, trying to.
But not her eyes, for sure. She was like looking at that Atkins D while covering your guys' eyes.
Well, she was 17, so.
Yep, totally into it.
So she knew the score. And for some reason, we thought it made perfect sense and it was romantic. And then I thought about it like a few months ago, and I thought, holy crap. Because originally I was going to pick like Pretty in Pink, which is like super racist and lame.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And I thought, what's worse than that? Oh, Blue Lagoon.
I think that's the answer to what's worse than that is just Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
Sprinkling of 19th century racism in there, so he got that in there. So this is the tale of two children that
can we just stop for a second? Rewind.
Pause.
It's based on a book from 1908, so that sort of like tells you a lot of the problems that you're going to face in this. And there was 5 films made of this book.
After this one?
No, the first one was in 1923.
Oh, but I mean, this was like the first real
5.
one. All the other ones are like Return to Blue Lagoon. And
no.
There were
5 of this film.
There's 2 sequels,
yes,
right?
But there's 5 from the book.
One with Mila Jovovich.
I mean,
which is the second one.
That's
Return.
the second one.
Yeah. I'm going to watch all of them this week.
There was 3 books. There's a trilogy. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why you would need to follow up on any of this bullshit, but okay.
Must have sold some books. So it's directed by Randall Kleiser, who is just coming off of Grease.
Oh.
Now compare that.
So this, that's what it is. This was his dream project.
Sure.
Well, then he was a pervert then. Is that what it?
No.
To be fair, I had a similar thought.
Yes. He was a pervert.
No.
Yes.
This is very romantic. This is a romantic dream. It's Family Robinson.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But first of all,
with a lot more sex.
Is there?
But like underage pervy grinding on each other.
Yeah, there's like 10-minute montage of them.
But you don't see them
they're never doing it. They're just laying next to each other and are unsure of what to do with their bodies.
Exactly. They must have been doing it at least once.
No, well, I mean, in the story, sure, but definitely not what we saw.
No.
So what, Tony?
I don't want to see it. I'm not saying, Dan, don't put words in my mouth. I'm not saying I want to see it. I'm just saying that you don't see it.
So this is Chris Hansen.
So Chris Hansen's waiting outside your door, Tony, to see how interested you were. And
you got me.
Doing the full, So we start with sweeping title music. We got a big boat, the Northumberland. We got the dude. I think it's the dude from Magnum P.I. or he's from something. Yeah. It is the Magnum P.I. dude.
Which dude?
The uncle.
Her dad, his dad, her uncle.
Feeney? Mr. Feeney?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was him.
Feeney.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's Feeney. Yeah.
I think that was the dude. So we meet these 2 little kids. They're cousins.
Yeah, I mean, it's all weird.
But cousins, you could do it with your cousin back then. That was all part of the process.
Yeah, I mean, the Roosevelts did.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Eleanor and Franklin were cousins.
Yeah, it was open season on cousins.
Oh, God.
Which is what brought down the Habsburg Empire, actually, because they all interbred and got hemophilia. So just so you know,
yeah,
so
you bred with your own cousins, so you keep it all in the family. You don't
in the bloodline. Yeah. Sure, I thought that was like a hillbilly Hills Have Eyes thing.
That's what happens.
It's hillbilly and it's aristocratic. So there you go.
Huh? Look at that.
So the fog rolls in, and the little kid, the boy, is in what's his name's cabin, and he's looking at something. I'm like, he's looking at pictures of naked ladies, and lo and behold, he's looking at pictures of naked ladies.
They don't have clothes on.
Wait, can we just start out by saying the opening title sequence was truly the longest opening title sequence I have ever seen in my life, and that includes every Star Wars movie. It
Oh,
was
Star Wars
so
movies.
long. I wanted to throw the.
have you
laptop out
guys
the window.
seen Voyage of the Mimi? Do you guys remember that show?
It's a show. It's a movie
Yeah,
or a show.
it's a show. It doesn't matter. It reminded me. I feel like those are the exact same opening credits from Voyage of the Mimi, but it's fine. Don't worry about
I just bought
it.
it. So the fog rolls in, then there's a fire, then somebody's like, by the way, there's gunpowder in the hold. Smart. And so Leo McKern drags the kids off away from their guardian, and then they get lost in the fog.
Okay.
And that's Peanut Butter Cup. What's his name?
Patty.
Patty.
Okay.
Peanut butter cup.
Now I have
I
a
don't
note
know.
on. I have a note on this BS.
She's got a note on this.
I've got lots of
'Cause,
notes
like-
on this.
Because like when they started to run around and go for the lifeboats, man the
Mhm.
boats or whatever, it looked like some really horrible 1929 slapstick comedy. It was yes. It was sped up. There were even guys in the striped shirts. Yes, that's what it looked like. It irritated me.
I did you guys ever understand a word that Peanut Butter Cup said?
Yeah, it's Leo McKern.
Who is-
Rumpole
is
of
that?
the Bailey.
You don't understand pirate
You're
talk?
saying things that I don't understand. Is he a pirate? I am so confused. All I heard was getting barns delivered.
That's pirate talk.
What is
What?
happening?
When we were kids, there was a PBS show called Rumpole of the Bailey
Okay.
about a
I don't know what.
barrister, and Leo McKern was said
barrister.
barrister. I think
It's
Leo
about a
McKern was.
bookshelf.
Oh,
Nailed it.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I think he was also in Doctor Who at one point.
Oh,
Anyway,
really?
If I remember
Okay.
correctly. Maybe he played one of the Time Lords. So Waka Waka, they're out on the boat. They get lost. They collect a bunch of stuff.
Hold on. Can we talk about them getting lost real quickly? Because
Yes.
I am confused on how quickly this happens. Because there's
Quick.
just some fog and smoke, and then all of a sudden they can't hear each other. They're on the ocean.
Oh, but that's the thing with fog. Fog makes it very mysterious with sound. Yeah, fog bounces sound around. That's true. That's a true story.
Okay, I'm sure I believe that, but I mean, and then suddenly they're gone. How
Yeah,
long are
that's-
they in the fog? Days?
That's sort of an absurd thing. Because basically, no one would have rowed while you're in the fog. So
Right. Everyone would
have
just like
stayed,
freeze.
and they
and
all
then-
sort of yeah.
Yeah. All right. As long as we're on the
So-
same page about that.
You know, I mean, sort of, yeah. So they collect some stuff.
Mhm.
They have a crate full of stuff, and then he's eating like seaweed or squids out of a tin,
Yeah.
which I thought was one of the most interesting things in the whole movie.
Interesting or disgusting?
That
Yeah, I did not enjoy it at all.
Jenna made a note.
And
I
then,
smell flowers.
and then like, thanks.
I wrote that down too.
Thanks
I smell
for that.
flowers.
They're like 20 miles away from land, and she says, "I smell." What the fuck?
She's
was-
young.
I was assuming that would come back, that her olfactory sense was
Olfactory
going to
prowess?
save them in some way, and I was like, this has got to be foreshadowing. It wasn't.
Yeah,
It
no,
wasn't
never
at
was
all.
that.
Land ho. Then we have a nice montage of turtles, birds, lobsters, etc., etc.
Did anybody do research on whether or not that's stock footage or if that's actually on whatever island they're shooting on?
Those creatures do not live on that island, but they imported a bunch of creatures and shot them.
Yeah.
Are
So
you
they-
supposed to do that? I feel like you're
No.
not supposed to do that.
It was
And
the
that's-
it was the 80s, dude.
And that was
Sure.
Shannon was all like, "Should there be mammals on the island?" And I'm like, "No, there shouldn't be mammals on the island.
There shouldn't? Why not? Scientifically or because you don't like them?
Like this is a deserted island in the middle of the ocean, right? And those kind of islands, the
It's
only
not
things,
deserted.
Good point. Good
the
point.
only kind of things that should end up there are like birds and the occasional reptile, things that can kind of cling to coconuts and whatnot.
But what
But
about like
mammals? Mammals.
what
too big.
about boar? Boar are in
Exactly.
Lost, right?
But what happens is those are non-indigenous species. There's
Mm.
boar at this podcast. Those are non-indigenous species that they bring with them,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's what happens is you take goats to like an island like this, and then the ghosts like go nom 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 and
Yeah,
eat
but-
everything and destroy
pop
the whole
you up.
ecosystem.
What about the swimming pigs in the Bahamas and
Yeah,
elephants,
it shouldn't be there.
elephants that can swim like from island?
Shouldn't be there.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
mean, if it's an island that's like right off the coast, you might have elephants on it.
Because they can
But-
reach it.
But if it's an island that's 250 miles from anywhere, like the Galapagos,
The Galapagos.
that's why the Galapagos it's like a closed system.
Okay.
So
This
but
is a
yeah,
good biology lesson. I like
should
this.
there be parrots and parakeets and paraquats and no?
Exactly.
What is a paraquat? That sounds like a fruit.
It's a
It is.
That's what your head looks like. Land ho. So Patty's home. They find water. They find bananas. They find a cask of rums. Foreshadowing. They find Skull Cave. Not foreshadowing.
Okay.
Right.
Time out. How does I assume these kids are like 10 or something stupid?
No, younger.
Okay.
I'd say they're 7.
How-
So
How do these kids not know what a damn skull is?
hold on, Shannon. They don't
These
know
kids don't know
anything.
anything. These
They
are the
didn't know what
dumbest
a
kids in the world.
shark was. They didn't know what a skull was. They didn't. I listen.
They
They're the
didn't-
dumbest people in the world.
Like
They-
we knew our dinosaurs by that age.
They don't know how a baby is fed.
Yep.
There's no girl in the world that age that does not understand the idea of
well,
a baby
now
feeding.
I have to step in here.
Oh,
Because her parents are dead.
girls are dumb.
Well, because back then, people with their kind of money, she would have never been exposed to even probably a pregnant woman. To be
She wouldn't have.
honest.
She wouldn't have had a baby doll.
Oh well, maybe. But still,
Every
you
little
don't-
girl in the world has a baby
in
doll. and is
1908, you're
obsessed
not
with
putting
babies.
especially in post-Victorian England, you're not, which is where this was written, you're not putting a doll up to your boob when you're like 8 years old, going, "Oh, this is me
So,
feeding a baby."
Not like we did in my day, is what
So-
you're saying.
right,
So
right.
baby suckles a lot. Doesn't come with a bottle. Yeah,
Baby
every baby.
suckles a lot. Is
I
that a
don't
toy?
No, I don't think. Honestly, I
Because
don't
that's a
think it-
$1 million idea. Baby suckles a lot. Write that down.
Get
Sell
you put-
that.
Get you put in jail.
I honestly, I don't think that's what went down in post-Victorian England.
So we can also assume that they wouldn't talk about menstruation then. Because I was a little confused about that when
No,
it
they
happened.
would
I was
not.
like, she's never been. So, okay.
No,
No, she
they
would.
barely talked about it when I was in high school.
I
Come on now.
Still haven't heard the story.
Totally. Wait.
Okay. Then we get the death berries or sleepy berries. Sleepy berries.
Yeah, what are they, dude? Because they don't seem to work. Spoiler alert.
You know, it's a plot device. Like, don't eat those because those will put you to sleep forever. Meh.
Okay.
Howlin' Wolf. Our dog's going crazy.
Should I go get her?
No, she'll tire herself out. Okay. So they dig through the trunk of stuff that they have, and they have a 3D stereograph.
Yeah, the picture thing, right?
Yeah, it's a little thing. You put two pictures. It has two pictures that are shot from different angles. So when you look at them, you see a 3D picture.
Which is that's a great invention. Very
Shannon's gonna
solid.
Go see what's up with the dog.
All right.
And
Maybe someone's
then
breaking in. You
you
don't
gotta
know.
take the headphones off. Okay, don't break those headphones.
Oh,
Just drag it with.
Don't- My expensive headphones. We're gonna drive her crazy today.
I know. She's gonna lose it at some point.
She almost lost it when I had the fake
The mustache.
Like, why are you wearing that fake mustache? Ah!
You got to bring it back. Just bring it back right now and see what happens when she comes back. Oh boy,
Shannon, you coming back?
Dan, someone broke in. Okay, you got to go take care of this.
Chris Hansen broke in. He's coming. I think we're gonna lock the dog in here with us. You have to lock the dog in here with us? What happened?
We should take that off. Honestly. Just. All right.
That's funny.
I'm sorry, but-
Okay, so now we have a big montage of fishing, building the signal fire,
A
subjugation,
big montage.
knots, wind, swimming, and some nudity.
Yep.
Wait,
Yep.
has Patty died already?
No, Patty's not dead.
No, this is the child nudity.
Oh, back to the 3D stereograms.
Yeah.
That was one of the interesting things about this movie was the idea that that was like their connection to the world that they were disconnected from. Yeah. And they sort of structured that a few times, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have in the montage. We also have octopus versus crab. We have centipede,
which was very strange to me. Why is the octopus eating it? What is that?
Octopus always eat crabs. That's
great, but why is that in the movie?
Exactly.
Because nothing happens in this movie.
No, it doesn't. And why are you padding it with random nonsense? It's already boring, guys. Don't slow it down.
That's what you got to do with a movie like this. You got to. I mean, an hour 40, you got to find something to do, and that's
clocks in at 1:15, and they're like, you know what? We just got to add some random shots of creatures in here, spice it up a little.
So Patty hears the drums, goes across, sees the sacrificial altar, freaks out, comes back, tells the kids, "Don't go over there. The bogeyman is over on the other side of the island."
It's the law. I am the law. That's what I kept saying to my wife, and she hated it.
Yeah.
Shannon, you want to say anything about it? Because we're
No, my next note is up for a little bit.
Okay, so
because I was just groaning and saying, "Why did I do this to myself?"
So Patty gets drunk with the cask, and then figures it's a good move to go in the ocean, swim to the other island, and die.
Yeah, I don't I don't understand. I don't get it.
Well,
that's what I'll say.
Touch on the whole when he gets drunk and does the hoochie coochie with the tattoos.
Oh, he does do the tattoo dance.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, which is
because that comes up later.
The tattoo dance comes up
later.
Sort of. Really?
Well, the hoochie coochie ladies, yes.
Oh yeah. Atkins brings it back.
Yes, he does, because he obviously went to Groundlings.
So there's a crab in his dead mouth.
Creepy. Very creepy. Totally out of place in this movie because I was like, oh, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
most emotion I showed through the whole film was when that crab crawled out, and I was like, ow!
So they row over there. She faints. She's like, "Take me away from this place." They row away. Oh no, that's what it is. Wait.
She doesn't see him dead.
Oh, she doesn't see him dead. I don't know. But she's ready to leave. She's ready. Yeah. Oh, so they move camp.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, like Survivor.
And so now we have a montage of them swimming and growing up.
And building.
Making necklaces, pan pipes. They build the house.
Okay, wait, stop. Yes. Now
it's a damn mansion.
The damn fool does not know what a skull is, but he makes himself a pan flute?
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I don't know what a pan flute is.
Look at this funny thing I found. What an idiot.
What? Yeah. Well, no, he made it.
I meant the skull. I'm just still on the skull when he says, look at the funny thing I found. What are you doing, you idiot?
Moved on from the skull.
I shall never.
It's annoying.
And, Atkins is, pretty built.
Yeah.
For a blonde guy. And Brooke Shields.
Wait. You think blondes are just naturally scrawny? You're a brunette guy. You like a nice brunette. Maybe a redhead? Huh?
What's
okay. If he's got the grit.
What's happening?
We're just talking about male preferences.
This is like
don't get Tony started on it.
Kissing.
Don't get him started.
Daniel Craig or
I would
pass. He would not
super pass. Not a Daniel Craig fan. He's out.
He's not femme enough.
What?
Why is my fish in here? Anyways.
Oh, is that your fish?
Yes.
It's a good fish. It's a good fish.
Oh, okay. So Brooke Shields, she kind of vacillates. Sometimes she's super attractive, and sometimes you're kind of like, ugh.
Oh no, I have to say, as a chick, as a broad, her beauty is ethereal at times. You're
At
just
times.
like, what in the heck? That can't be real.
So
yeah.
all the naked scenes are not Brooke Shields. They're like
Right.
her 32-year-old stunt double.
Yes.
Who's like about a foot taller.
Yeah.
And super athletic, super attractive.
Did we look her up?
No.
I'm just curious.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
She's sort of the star of this movie. And so this is where we're going to sort of talk about who is this movie for?
Nobody.
I think it's for a very particular thing. I think it's for teen girls.
Definitely for 13-year-old girls, because we just thought wouldn't that be romantic? As a 13-year-old girl, you're thinking, this is the coolest thing ever. Build you the Swiss Family Robinson house. You're living on the beach. You got a good-looking boyfriend.
The house is a 10 out of 10. Let's just say that. That house is incredible.
Slide.
You got a really good-looking boyfriend, right?
Beautiful. Beautiful male specimen. I have a question for you, Shannon.
What is going on?
I've been curious about this for the last 16 hours. Now...
Let me see if I can help you.
You say that as a young female, you felt the romance of the movie.
She was a young female, yes. Did
you also find it sexually appealing at the time? Because you see a lot of Atkins D. Yeah. Now, is that like the first D that you've seen? And I don't mean like you specifically, but like as a young girl, are you like, wow, that's amazing? Because young boys are definitely like, whoa, boobs or buppies.
No, let me.
So I was just wondering. Okay.
Let me tell you a little story about D's.
Please.
No girl or woman wants to look at one ever.
They look weird.
And if they tell you, if they tell you otherwise, they're either a hooker. Or they're lying to you. Because nobody wants to look at it. And I remember us tee-heeing and looking away.
So like her, you were just cueing on his muscles.
Yeah, the chest. Oh yeah. The chest.
Okay.
Chest and butt, right?
Oh, the buttocks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, these are things that I don't know as, growing up as a male.
Remember too, I was 13, it was 1980, and I had been in nothing but Catholic school. So there was half of us that were like, this is really dirty and we're going to pay for it, but isn't it fun? Right? And then there was the other half of us that was like,
fucking Catholic school, man.
Right. That was like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. We didn't know. We really didn't know a lot of what was going on there. Like when they were rolling around, we did not expect her to go
have a baby,
walk into the forest and come out with a child.
Well, sure, you wouldn't, because it doesn't really showcase that that's what's happening.
But did you take that as a cautionary tale? Is this where you learn that, you get too intimate with a boy, you're going to make a baby? The Catholic schooling
had done that already.
I imagine they drill that part of it in pretty hard.
That was okay. We kind of knew. But, this is, with Catholic schoolgirls, after you got out of school, you wanted to push your knee-high socks down and roll up your skirt so your hem was shorter. This was the equivalent of that.
See, that's the best part of Catholic schools, when they just get out. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, because we're wild.
It's true, though. It's true. It's crazy.
It is. That is the truth.
So now we do the whole Christmas thing, which was fairly terrible. The only thing in the stocking are pearls, which he says are marbles.
Wait, time out. Shannon, I wrote this down because I was genuinely curious. Did you remember that Christmas was in this movie? Because I was like, what a perfect choice for the end of December is our last kiss of Christmas. Beautiful stuff.
I mean, yes, I did remember.
Yes, definitely.
So they're starting to have strange thoughts. They sort of have a kiss of sorts. They have a Christmas tree. And then another one of my favorite parts of the movie is they start like all these Christmas songs and then they just sort of trail off into melodies.
You thought that was the saddest thing. I was so depressed. I was like, oh my God, these poor kids have never, like, they don't remember anything from the real world. It's so sad.
Just a little, and it sort of trails off into nothing.
Jingle bells. So sad to me. I did not like it.
So she's out swimming and she has her period.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, pause.
So here's the situation. I get that she would have it and she'd be like, what is happening here? Because other than a Disney movie, we did not know what was happening either.
Sorry.
Wait, something happened in a Disney movie?
That's what they showed us in Catholic school. They put all of us girls into an auditorium.
And you watch Lilo and Stitch? What?
No, it was a specific Disney
that
movie
hadn't come out
period.
yet. Really?
It was from like the 60s. Yes. It was a specific movie about your period, and it was full of like butterflies and flowers, and it never really said this is what's going to happen. But we all looked at each other like, oh, shit. Because we knew.
It's so wild that we're so like hesitant to talk about things like that. To me, that's, I don't know.
Well, but my thing was with this whole thing, okay, she's going to have it. She's not going to know what's going on. She's going to freak out. Got it. But how does she know to be embarrassed by it when he comes and finds her because she's screaming?
Your reaction would be like scared, right?
I'm dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shame is universal.
Okay.
Shame.
Now, I don't understand how she would know to be embarrassed.
Because God.
And if anything here, I think we should focus on the fact that I feel bad for Atkins in this situation. I mean, what a confusing moment for him. Help me. He runs. Get the hell away from me. I mean, it's very confusing for the poor lad.
I agree. Because I don't understand how she would even like be weirded out by anything coming out of either her butt or her vag by this point. Because they were so little when they got there. They don't know.
They don't know anything. They don't know anything.
Makes me angry.
She was angry.
And then my next note is pervy, because that's what we got for the next like 10 minutes. The biggest perv out session of all time.
Which was what?
Just them. Well, after she like has her period and she gets mad and throws things at him and whatnot, she
wants to look and she says no, and then they have a big fight.
Well, is that where he's like, you're not coming, when she's like ogling him and he's like,
no, that's the next.
Okay.
And the next thing is he's out there making his big boat.
Yeah, with his muscles.
And he's all like, what are you looking at? Your muscles.
Which, hey, good for her for being forward. Not playing any mind games. I like it.
Then he goes out fishing and he cuts his hands on the fishing line, but that doesn't mean anything. And there's a shark, steals his food.
Which is, I guess, foreshadowing for later when they can't get the oar.
I thought it was going to be an issue where he's going to go back and he was going to be all cut up and then she was going to have to care for him.
Take care of him. And then it's going to be like romantic. And it's not, though. It's not that at all. But, good for him for like, fighting a shark with his bare hands. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. You got anything?
Yeah, it just became super pervy.
Yeah. So they talk about heaven. They talk about hair growing on them. And they're like, we don't know why it happens. Only God knows everything. So here comes God.
I like I don't know. Are we to the... I don't know where we are, but
we're about the tickle fight, the big tickle fight at dinner.
Are we to the line where this is my favorite line in the movie. I'm just going to throw it out here. And if we're not here yet, we'll talk about it later. God can't find us any better than Santa Claus.
That was earlier.
That's my favorite line of the movie.
But yeah,
he's good line.
He's kind of right.
He's totally right.
God's the only one that's going to save him. So he does the fish dance of the hunter. I don't remember what that was.
Yeah.
Is that when he's in the water? Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he does this really dumb dance to try to. And she's over in the
she's just like
just
scooping him up. Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of the one time they actually made her effective, and he was a dick about it, of course.
Well, he's a young boy. Can't be shown up.
There's rain, and then this is when he's doing the pop goes the weasel. Pop goes the weasel. And she takes a stick and pokes him in the butthole.
Yeah, which scary stuff.
And then he pins her down and
Yeah.
Wait, where's the part about him choking the chicken and all that?
We haven't got to that yet.
Oh, sorry.
So then she's out in the bioluminescent sea, and then
Dan, explain that to me. I don't understand what's happening.
What there are is there's like these little what are they? They're little little creatures. They're little bioluminescent creatures that breed in the ocean.
We get it here from red tide.
It's kind of like the red tide.
We had it during the summer, actually.
Interesting.
And so, like when you run your hands through them, they're
glows.
bioluminescent, so they literally glows.
Okay,
it's
that's
plankton.
cool.
It's phytoplankton.
Oh, there it is, plankton. So then they do a big sex swim where they're like all sexy and swimming.
Which
and
is
sexy.
weird because were they glowing blue on your guys' screen, or was that just my screen? Did we just go like infra blue? I don't understand.
And that would not happen in real life.
Well, I think, doesn't it, when it's sort of activated by movement, isn't that when it bioluminesces?
Yes, but when you're under the water and it has that big glow around them, that is not.
So that didn't happen.
No.
So here comes the drums. Drums are happening again. And I don't know if it was it her that runs out there at this time? And she sees the giant stone head.
Yeah, she
bows down to it.
Well, I mean, sort of.
No, she bows down to it. She is in a worshipful position to the great stone head.
Well, because she calls it God.
Where'd Tony go?
Tony, your image is missing a little bit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't. Can you hear me? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This is your movie, so you can't get frustrated at how boring your movie is that nothing happens in, because this is your movie.
What's interesting?
You should be excited about your terrible movie that you've chosen.
Shannon, don't worry about it. Dan tells me that all the time. It's not true. You shouldn't be excited about your
movies are also very terrible, and you should not be. You should be sanctioned for your terrible movies because they're terrible. It's like my movies get like 20 views, your movies get like 6 views. So don't.
That's because everybody loves my movies and they don't want to see them get made fun of. How about that, Dan? Logic. What I find interesting about this movie is it's hard to follow the plot while we're doing this because there's no so like it's hard to remember where we are and what's happened and what hasn't happened. It's not good.
So he has some bad dreams about drowning, I believe. And at the 50-minute mark, we think it's sexy time, but it isn't. He's just creeping on her, smelling her hair.
You thought that was sexy time? I thought that he was going to do something bad.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought something was going to happen. I thought, you thought his level of frustration had reached the peak.
Yeah,
point he's like,
because he's living in Blue Lagoon right now. Because she's like hot and cold all over the place, and I was like, this guy doesn't know right and wrong.
Oh, he's going to Ted Bundy.
I was super nervous. But then I remembered we were watching the Blue Lagoon, the most boring movie ever, and I was like, nothing's going to happen.
When did you write that joke?
I wrote it yesterday.
Okay. Do you have like a little list of your jokes? I'm just waiting. I'm going to roll out Blue Lagoon.
Yeah. It's similar to my improv stand where I write out jokes that I want to say. If we get to them, great. If we don't, we don't. It is what it is.
Writes out jokes for his
In my head, I don't write them down. It would be great if I just wrote them on my hand.
You have jokes ready to go before you've even entered the scene.
You're damn right I do, Dan. I'm not going in blind. I will never.
So this is the point at which he's having his private time on the rock, and she comes out there and leave me alone, leave me alone.
It's probably the most realistic scene in the movie for me.
So here.
Are you telling me you never once, like your mom never knocked on the door and you just like flipped out because you're embarrassed and you're not sure what's going on? You're like, get out of
I thought you were talking about the beach. No, that has never happened to me on a beach.
You've never been on a public beach and just
sitting on a rock.
Back up
Women are coming up. No, that's never happened.
Have you ever been caught doing that?
Shannon. Yes, of course.
Oh,
and
it happens
for magazines
all the time. Wait. We're going to need proof of that, Dan.
Usually, I get paid.
But not always. Not always.
It's the right circumstances. Pro bono.
Oh, guys are so weird.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So there's a ship. A ship is coming. There's a ship out there. She sees it, doesn't light the fire, and the ship just, these ships are like magic. They like, they're here, and they're gone. It's like, not like he can't walk over there, light the fire himself in like literally in 5 minutes and have the blackest smoke flying into the air. He was
doing something.
No, he was on the other side down, and when he gets back there.
But wait, here's my note for that. The signal
fire. We know what he was doing.
Heard the signal fire? I can't.
You can't? What do you mean?
I can't even.
Because she's such a bitch?
She's just standing there.
I mean, she deserves a beating at that point?
Yes. Yes, she does. Yes.
Just a bloody pile of Brooke Shields.
Oh, my God. You guys, they've got a good thing going on. Why ruin it? Okay, I'm on her side.
So he's so mad. He's like, okay, I'm taking my boat. And so he goes out in his boat, and the boat just falls apart in the ocean. And she's like laughing at him, mocking him, and tells him this is the 4th time he's failed at boat making.
Which is kind of sad if you think about it.
Well, but they have a friggin' rowboat.
Yeah, but he wants like a big boat, like a little boat. If you row up, people will make fun of you. He wants a big manly boat.
Well, he's an idiot.
You kind of would build your boat around the boat you already have that
the one that floats.
Especially if you failed 4 times. And then she says, "You're such a silly dodo." And then she says, "I've seen you playing with it."
Here we go.
And then she says, "I've seen you staring at my buppies."
Buppies.
Now, where did she get that word?
I don't know, but it's a great word.
She made it up.
I really like it. From henceforth hitherto on this podcast, we will be using the word puppies.
Oh my God.
So she hits him with a coconut. He like gives her the serious backhand.
He bitch slaps her.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he messes her up.
Then he kicks her out, and then we have her montage of struggle.
He is throwing the clothes out of the house so fast. There must be a team of people in there making it more effective because it's like, ba, 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 ba. They cheated it. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
So she worships the big head god, I say here. Then she steps on the poison rockfish, and then he takes her to the big god, and she gets better.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Rockfish?
The rockfish?
It would kill you.
Super could kill you.
That is the scariest thing I've ever heard. It disguises itself as ocean floor. It's why I don't go in the ocean.
Don't you?
You're from Minnesota. You don't know these things.
You've never heard of
That's true.
Poisonous lionfish?
No. Is that a real thing?
Yeah. Yes. Do you know poisonous sea snakes?
No, I know poison oak. That's what I know. I know wood ticks, Lyme's disease, and poison oak.
It's a whole different world in Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't like the water. I don't go in it.
So more naked swimming. Another naked swimming montage. In case you're wondering, we haven't had enough of those.
But there's one swimming where they swim with clothes. If I remember correctly, there's only one time that they're both fully clothed and they swim, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Why would they bother?
Probably because she probably comes out at the end and has to have clothes on.
Oh, that's interesting, Dan.
Yeah, that's why you would do that. And she has so many outfits. So many outfits.
Right? Wild.
She's just mixing it up.
And he's got the one.
She's got singles and she's got doubles, and she's just like this, that. Yeah, but it's not the same.
Because it was the trunk that they hitched to the rowboat initially was like a trousseau, a wedding trousseau.
Okay.
So it had like wedding garments.
So it's got all women's clothes in it.
Now,
okay.
Do they usually put a wood saw and a axe in the trousseau?
No, they do not.
It's not. No, they don't. No,
I mean,
they don't.
unless you're like Jack the Ripper,
So
maybe.
now we're in an hour and 5 minutes. We only have 35 more minutes to go, so we know we're getting there.
Boy.
He's like, kiss me, you're sticky, they're eating mangoes, they're naked.
Mm-hmm.
Adam and Eve in the bushes making the baby.
Now, okay, stop.
Laughing and naked.
Stop.
And naked.
Let me ask you a question, boys. If you hadn't been...
Shannon, is this what he sounds like? Because I feel like it might be. Wow, 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 wow.
Where's the dog? Is she under the couch? Guess so.
She's a smart one.
Okay, Shannon's gonna.
Let me ask you this. If you had not been told or looked at a dirty magazine, or you had no knowledge whatsoever,
yeah, we hadn't seen Boxcar.
Where would you know where to stick it?
Do you want me to get real with you right now, Shannon?
Yes.
As a young child, you put it in everything. So eventually we
like
would find out.
Right?
We would we would find the right one eventually.
Okay.
It might take a few tries, and she might be like, that's definitely not it. I don't know what's right or wrong either, but that one's definitely wrong. We'd find it eventually.
You think so?
I really do. Because we will fuck anything.
Well,
at that age.
Yeah, that's true.
Not anymore.
He is 18. That is true.
Right? Like, he's going through some shit right now.
Oh, that's true, huh?
So now we have a montage of under the sea, palm trees, wind in the hut, turtles having sex, sex in the secret grotto, sex in the hammock, sex in the tide pool, sex on the water slide, sex beneath the waterfall, and a massage on the sand.
Yeah. Just in general, too much sand in this sex. Not into it.
They're on a beach.
I hate it.
Then they have their wedding night, and then they swim with the dolphins.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so it's okay.
So, no, they did it the wrong way around, Dan.
Should have done the wedding first.
That's right. Jeez, guys.
And then we skip right, we had this giant montage of them having sex everywhere, essentially implied.
Yep.
And then he's like, you're getting fat.
Yeah, which she isn't.
Yeah, what?
Why is he judging her for her fatness? Why do we never see any of this?
Yeah.
When he, yeah.
It just goes to show you the shallowness of men, it's deeply ingrained. He doesn't have society standards to tell him anything, but as soon as she has a second helping at dinner, he's like, hey, you cow. Unbelievable.
It's
true.
It's essentially what happened.
And now we have, the part of the movie that surprised me the most, the one bird that they live with is named Coco.
Like the movie Coco?
That's the name of the bird, Coco.
Do you think that's where they got it?
I don't know. He says, hey, Coco. And I'm just like, wait, this bird has a name? It's a pet? I'm like, we could have established, we have a million montages and all this wasted time. And just now, at about hour and 15 minutes into the movie, we're now finally learning the name of their pet bird?
Yeah. I mean, pet bird not on anybody's shoulder, walking around, nothing.
Yeah. That would be fun.
I mean, you have a bird that's a pet.
Stupid.
I didn't even catch that, Dan. I didn't even realize they named the bird.
That,
no, I caught it.
Yeah, right. You did not catch it.
I did. I thought.
Did you write it down?
Yes.
Did you write it down?
What about the damn bird?
What? Let me see. Where's that? Where's this? Where's this?
I didn't.
No, you did not remember the name of the bird because you're not an animal lover like I am. I care about things. I care about these movies. The two of you are just in it for the lulz.
Lol.
So now that she is with child, she's like, back off. You don't love me. It hurts. Drums again. The native people are there doing a sacrifice, and we see that they are from, they do not look like island people. They look like they're from Africa.
Well, I was thinking about that, and I was annoyed at it because I'm like, no, wait a minute here. They don't look like, angry Samoans or whatever.
Yeah.
But
or Polynesians or anything.
What if it was like New Guinea? No, wait, that doesn't work because they were sailing from Boston to San Francisco.
Is that where they were sailing? Where were they sailing from? I didn't.
From Boston.
So they were going around the Cape,
because at one point they talk about the snow in Boston. Remember the snow in Boston?
And then they continually say they're going to San Francisco.
Yeah. So they were sailing around,
and they got blown off course around the Cape. But like to get to New Guinea would.
So I mean, it'd be likely that they were off. So they would probably be off the coast of South America.
Yeah.
I do not know geography.
Yeah. They'd probably be at the Galapagos, actually.
I imagine they'd be in New Zealand.
That's pretty far off.
That is not at all where they would be.
You guys don't know. You're looking at the wrong map.
So, wow, we're getting there. We're killing this movie.
Do we ever learn? We don't learn anything about these people, right?
No, we don't even know where. We have no idea where they live. They come into this place because the stone god is there.
Because they got the statue,
and then they take off.
Right.
So they probably live 100 miles away or something. It's probably a couple of day row for them.
Whatever. When she's like in the forest screaming her head off, trying to push that baby out.
Why did they never figure out that there's someone else on the island? Why did they never go boat around the island and see like all of the things that they've left?
How's that possible?
It's terrible. I mean, that's one of the. That's
terrible.
Definitely, if you're looking for like a lot of things to make sense in this movie, you're not going to find them because the 2 or 3 things that they should have written something for. Well, as we were talking about, are they in the lagoon?
No, they are not.
What is, by definition, what is a lagoon?
Typically, a lagoon, I think, is something that's sort of a ring thing, and it's sort of
it's protected.
It's and that's
okay. See, I thought that too.
Usually, you'd be able to like park your boat in the lagoon because it wouldn't be deal with all the currents and all that. Yeah, it'd be sort of cut off from that.
Okay.
Right. So they have the baby. She just has the baby, and she just walks out the forest, has the baby, comes back. No talk of umbilical cords or any of that. And
it's no problem.
They're handing the baby, fish and coconuts, like, here, eat. And then they finally figure out that she produces milk. But since we can't see her breasts because she's 14, we never see those breasts.
But you do see the pregnant boobies very shortly, like very quickly at one point. Oh. And they, and this is weird, but they're like way, way bigger than they've been the rest of the movie. And I was like, that's interesting. They found like a different person to do this one pan shot, just so you know that she's, producing milk.
And I hate to backtrack on this, but remember, so the part where she steps on the rockfish and she's going to die and he carries her to the sacrificial altar.
Yes.
When he lays her down, and I backed it up like 4 times to be sure I was seeing the right thing, there is like surgical tape right here.
Oh, that makes sense. Because they taped her hair to her boobs for whenever she was topless.
But she was wearing this little like crop top thing. And so when he lays her there, her arm is up and it comes up a little, but there's white surgical
and you can see it
right here.
I'm sure they could go
come on, man.
But they have to. They don't want to go to jail. You go to jail for that stuff.
Tape the top down. Don't let me see the damn.
Or do a second take where you don't show it, maybe.
Exactly.
Come on, guys.
You know what? This is back in 1980 when people watched a movie. They sat there. They were mesmerized by what was going on. They're more concentrated on God's big stone head than they are her.
Well,
and also, no, sorry, go, Shannon.
Admittedly, when I was 13, I would have never even picked up on this, but
for sure.
So he goes to visit Leo McCarran's Petty's bones for some reason. I did not understand that.
How long does it take for a body to decompose?
Oh, out there? Oh, pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah, it probably. Oh, yeah, within a month it'd be gone.
No way. To the bones?
Yeah, crabs would eat all that stuff instantaneously. It would all be gone. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that cleanly? No way.
I mean, when you're preparing bones, you put them in there with like like if I have a corpse and I got to get these bones ready to put them together
to hide away so no one knows you killed the person.
You put them in the thing, and then you have, what do they call? I think they're called mortuary bugs or something. and they come in. You just loose them on the thing, and they go nom 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 nom. They eat all the flesh off, and you got these beautiful white bones.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That is sick.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
I bet
it's been years because he died when they were little.
Yeah, it's been 10 years.
So
I guess. I don't know.
They're big bones.
I bet you if you left the corpse on the, well, first of all, it'd probably get dragged out by the tide.
Sure. Sure.
But I think the crabs would feast on it within a week. It'd probably all be gone.
Okay, I'll do a test and I'll let you guys know.
Birds, crabs.
Wait, what?
What?
You're gonna do a test now?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
No.
I'm definitely doing it. Yeah.
Now, backtracking. Who remembers that one little mouse or rat that they showed on the boat?
Yeah.
One little mouse or rat.
In the kitchen. Yeah.
I do not.
I do.
You see, and if that mouse had gotten onto that island,
then there'd be a mammal.
There'd just be one mouse and it would die, and it'd be a little pile of mouse bones there. Okay.
What?
So I wrote down here. Okay, so now we have the montage of raising of the baby. Well, this is first montage of baby raising.
Okay.
This is first, not the second montage of baby raising.
There's two montages?
Two montages of baby raising. This is this is a very young baby.
Okay.
And then we have 2 to 3
we get to
toddler baby.
That's right.
And I wrote down Brooke is kind of sneery. Sometimes they come in on here and she's like, "Oh."
She was like that. That was her jam. She had kind of the sneering mouth and the eyebrows. That was her thing back then.
That's
well.
Altman wanted her for Popeye. She couldn't do the role.
Oh, what? She couldn't do it as in like couldn't perform it, or she was busy?
No.
Don't listen to him.
He got Robin Williams.
That was his fallback, though, is what you're saying. Second choice, Robin Williams.
She was the stunt double.
Wow. Okay.
You wanted to do this. So this is my least favorite part of the movie. She's like, "Come do something with me," and he's like, "No, I'm keeping watch," in his throne.
Classic father right there. You know, an absentee father.
Oh, this is where she's drowning the baby.
Drowning the child, yeah. Just
so weird.
Repeatedly dunking it in the water.
I will say
and it's like the Nirvana cover.
Yeah, it is.
Is it the Nirvana cover? Because we had that discussion. It's not?
No.
Okay.
Because they know who that baby is.
It isn't, but I think it's definitely a take on it.
Oh, do you think that it's...
It has to be. There's somebody see. Hi.
What are you doing?
I mean, it's like exactly the same pose at some point.
Everybody wants to be in the show today.
Oh boy. Hi.
So now we get the 3-year-old montage, fishing, riding the turtle, boat, playing baseball, burying in the sand castle, and talking.
Can we stop?
No, I have to run through them all.
Stopping.
You were angry?
I was angry that they put that child on a turtle.
Were you angry for the child? Oh, the turtle. Okay, got it.
Angry for the turtle.
It was 1980. That's when people exploited turtles. They made them into soup happily. Now we know you can't do that to turtles.
Wait, we don't make turtle soup anymore? Shredder is all wrong then.
Shredder.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtle soup. No? Nobody?
He kills
guys.
Wow.
Wait, he kills the turtles and makes them into soup?
He threatens it. That's like his big threat all the time.
That's not
make
funny.
you into turtle soup. It is funny.
How's that funny?
Even I know that.
Because he's going to eat his enemy. He's going to eat his enemy, Dan. It's badass.
Oh, Shredder. I thought you meant the rat.
Splinter? No, Splinter's... He'd be the best.
Splinter was like, if you turtles don't do what you're supposed to do, I'm turning you into soup, you little bastards.
If you don't clean the bathroom, turtle soup, bitches.
Shredder. Oh, yeah, he's the guy with the knives.
Yeah.
The sigh and the helmet. He wears a helmet. And he has like a little guy inside his tummy.
Well, now those are two different bad guys, Stan. You're talking. That's Krang, who is like, he's in league with Shredder. But anyhow,
Shannon wants us to just stick to the pure movie where the good stuff is.
No, I'm remembering that friend you had.
You had a friend with someone in his stomach?
Well, no. But he was like a really hardcore Mutant Ninja Turtle person.
Yeah.
I like it so far.
There it is. Good story.
Yeah.
So they named the kid Patty, which is like really weird.
But in the book, the kid's name is Hannah.
Hannah, a boy.
Well, they don't know.
What is that?
They don't know it's a boy?
Well, they don't.
I think they have a pretty good idea that it's a boy.
They don't know Hannah is a girl's name because they don't have societal pressures.
So they're playing in the mud. And so they're all covered in mud. And then another ship shows up, and it's his dad on the ship. And he looks through the spyglass, and he sees mud people. And so he probably doesn't think that they're Caucasian. And so he's like, that's not them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did they feel the need to make him look like Einstein?
I wrote down Einstein hair. It's just the crazy. Maybe that's how they just imagined people.
I think everybody
got old
that back then.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
This is so sad to me. And I don't like the movie. This guy has spent the last 10 years. He's only got 2 or 3 good years left before he's a corpse himself. And he spent it looking for these kids, and these kids are just ungrateful.
Yeah.
And they just walk into the interior of the island because they are completely fulfilled.
And
don't you wish you could be that completely fulfilled?
Even if you saw mud people, let's forget the racist undertones here. And you saw two people who were about the same age, you would be like, you're just going to leave them there?
You didn't want to park the boat and just like wander in? No. They chose not to.
I mean, I get, maybe okay.
So here we go. We're there. We're going to the end. We're rocking to the end. So I'm just going to run it down really quick. They go to visit the old shack. The stupid kid picks up sleep berries. The stupid kid throws the oar in the water. The boat gets adrift because stupid Brooke Shields is asleep. He swims out there, attacked by a shark. She throws the oar at the shark to save him, and then the boat just goes out to sea, adrift forever, and then they have to decide if they want to eat the death berries and die. They make a decision which we don't know what it is. Somehow the dad's boat has come back.
No, they ate the berries. We
saw that. They ate them.
They ate them.
Oh, did they? Did this?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
they swallowed them.
But I've seen, if you watch Queen's Gambit, they put the pills in their mouth, but they don't always take them.
Holy crap, Dan.
Yeah, maybe I don't want that. Maybe you can die. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna eat you and the baby. That's what I.
Oh, that's smart.
That would have kept me alive a long time.
Here's my
hold on.
That meat is tender. Dude.
And the dad shows up and he's all like, "Oh, there are the kids," and the dude's like, "They're just asleep."
Yeah.
And we're left wondering, are they alive or are they dead?
Here's my notes. The berries are neatly placed in the stupid play boat he made out of a coconut shell, and nobody noticed.
They're the only other thing in the boat.
Yeah. And then my last
note. What are you looking at?
Here's my last note.
What's it say?
Stupid.
Shannon has chastised herself. Her final note to herself is,
stupid.
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
To Dan and Tony.
I should have done Pretty in Pink.
We should have done Pretty in Pink. Now you're
banned
from the show.
Yeah. Long Duck Dong would have been far more hilarious than this bullshit.
Tony, say his name.
No.
Long
Dan.
Duck Dong. Do it.
Long Duck Dong.
What? No.
Long Duck Dong. Long Duck Dong.
Thank you.
Don?
Dong, like a dick. Like a big old dong.
So this movie suffers from not really being a movie. It's just sort of a travelogue of their times, and there's no real conflict.
But it isn't. Rick Steves is so far superior to any of this drivel.
Can I finish my point? My point is they do not save the cat. You know?
The cat?
See, Shannon, we do a thing on here called Film Theory.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I was going to say, what?
I've been on this podcast since the beginning, Dan. Don't feed her lies.
What you're supposed to do is you have your first conflict, and then that gets solved. Then you have your second conflict, and then that is failed. And in failing the second conflict, you get to the finale where you do the thing and you get what you really need. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need.
Yeah,
great song.
In the third act, and then you have the epilogue where they find him in the boat.
You know what? You're not James Lipton.
Oh, I am James Lipton.
Yeah.
I am James Lipton. I am James Lipton. So here's my question.
What is the word that most annoys you?
Dan.
Puppies.
Yeah.
What is the what type of sausage do you like the most?
Andouille.
Woohoo!
Wow, Tony's
See, pretty good.
Nice.
You probably wrote that joke last week.
I knew you were gonna do this, and I was ready for it. So they are alive, right? Because they're sleeping.
Well, I feel like because there's 2 books after that, so yes, they're alive.
Sure, but I will say that in the sequel to the movie, I don't know anything about the books, but in the sequel to the movie, they're dead, but the child survives.
Oh, well, they're dead.
But I don't think they are. He says they're sleeping, like he knows. I think that's supposed to be closure, right?
But the berries make you seem like you're sleeping. You sleep till you die.
So it's like a what is that? Is that Sleeping Beauty? So someone just needs to make out with them and they'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Who's gonna kiss the baby? Not it.
I volunteer for Brooke.
I'll take Atkins. Are you kidding me?
Shannon gets the baby.
You snooze,
kiss
you lose,
the baby.
Shannon. My wife.
My wife. Wah wah wee way. So, any final notes, Shannon, about how much you love this film and how this was formative in your teen years and
your youth?
You were like, any boy I'm gonna date better have a perm.
I mean, it could be worse.
I remember not liking the perm.
Is that how his hair really is?
No, his hair was straight.
So how does he keep it like that on the island? How do you do a perm like that on the island?
What do you mean? You get a perm.
The character's hair is curly.
You get a perm. What do you mean? You get a perm and it stays like that.
So it'd be hard to maintain on the island.
No.
It wouldn't be hard to maintain on the island?
What if you have a perm?
I never saw him with curlers.
Wait, how long does a perm last, guys?
Hopefully at least 10 years.
Well,
minimum.
Back then, about 6 to 8 months. He probably had 2 perms.
That's actually longer than I thought.
He was there for 10 years. Now my question is, isn't there some horrible solution in perms that stinks?
Yes.
What is that?
Permanent solution. It's the stuff
Perm.
they've put
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have anything else to say about this movie?
I really don't.
It was like what Roger Ebert. It's like what Roger Ebert said. It's the dumbest movie ever made.
What did your wife think of this movie, Tony?
Oh, she hated it. Yeah, she hated it big time. Did not enjoy it at all. But we did agree that he was beautiful.
There it is. The consensus is Brooke Shields attractive in some of the scenes.
Yeah. Wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah. It's a little too. Okay, moving on.
Moving right along.
So now is the point of the show where we all get to pick, even Shannon, something.
Well, yeah, she's on the show.
Something that we liked from the last week. So, Shannon, why don't you go first?
Ah, shit. I just forgot the name of it.
Ah, shit. You wrote it down. Pick up your pad.
No, I didn't.
You didn't write it down?
Hand me your phone. It's an HBO documentary.
I guess I'll go first since she decided not to write down her information and doesn't remember it. I'm picking sort of a dark horse. It's called The Happiest Season. I think was it on Hulu or Net? I think it was on Hulu.
Yeah, it's one of them. I don't know.
I think it was on Hulu. And it is, because I was like, I will watch this on a lark because it's going to be terrible. And then I watched the whole thing and kind of enjoyed it. It's like about these Kristen Stewart and this other girl, and they're boyfriend and girlfriend, and then they go home to the family, and then she hasn't come out to her parents. But the best part of it was Alison Brie plays one of her sisters who's completely crazy. And she was the bits that they wrote for her were not really didn't really connect to anything else in this movie.
Oh, for sure.
Just like they had the dude from Schitt's Creek was in it.
Daniel Levy. That's why we watched it. We're obsessed.
And he was great, but also the two of them were in a certain movie.
They can both be lifted out of this movie, and the movie's identical.
But they're both bonkers hilarious.
Yes, 100%.
And just, I don't know, she was, I didn't realize it was her until afterwards, but she was just much, yeah, she was just so, her face looked really weird.
And for the record, Dan, you can lie all you want to yourself, but I know the reason you watch this movie is because K-Stu's in it and you love her.
I love K-Stu.
You said, I'll watch it on a lark. No, wait, you watch every K-Stu movie ever produced.
Why?
I love her.
She's terrible.
He loves her. She is terrible. You're absolutely right.
Always has great haircuts.
Okay,
that's true. That's true.
Great haircuts.
I can't argue that.
She
does. Love those haircuts.
I agree, but
she wears her hair well.
Oh wow!
And she does. She if you're gonna see a hair horse, she's my hair horse.
Wait, I don't know what that means.
You know, like a horse, like looks like beautiful, and like has like frills. You know.
I really don't, but okay.
I made it up. What do you want?
Okay,
she's my hair horse.
So you like? So you like this movie too, Tony?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did enjoy it. Yeah,
it was fun and sweet, and it just was like, it was inclusive. I was reading this one thing where they were like, it's a coming out story, but they do it wrong, and you're just like, what is your problem? Let them do their
I can't relate, so I guess I don't know. I can't really judge that, but I enjoyed it.
Okay, Shannon, what's your pick? Oh, actually, no, Tony should go next.
Okay, I'll go next. Mine is split into two, and it's not quite what we do. But the first thing that I did we finally watched Cobra Kai season 2 because season 3 drops in January. I love this show. I'm obsessed with it. And then part 2 is we watched Fat Man, which if you remember a few weeks ago, I said the trailer looked amazing. The movie is not great. It's not quite this level. Like, we couldn't do it on this podcast because I did like it more than that, but it's way more boring than you think it's going to be about a movie where Santa Claus gets hunted.
Wait, okay, Shannon, now you go.
I gotta pee.
She has to pee.
Like really bad.
You have to pee.
Talk amongst yourselves.
You gotta pee. Now you let the dog out. Now the dog is free.
Who let the dog out?
We're gonna get demonetized because of that, Tony.
Because of that? Have we been monetized?
I wish we had been.
I mean, we would make negative dollars.
They would definitely be taking money away.
We'd be paying them to be monetized.
We would be paying them for the privilege of being on YouTube, even though no one else has to. Just us. They were like, "You guys,
just these guys. You shouldn't be here, but we'll throw you a bone."
Yeah, happiest season was what? So Fat Man. You're just giving it a shout out just because it's sort of worth watching because it's weird.
I do. I think so. Like, we had fun, but it's way slower than it should be. That movie should be 20 minutes shorter, which is upsetting because there's a lot of fun stuff in it. Like, this kid hires a guy to kill Santa Claus. That's a fun story, and you should make a fun movie.
That should be the whole movie. So, Shannon, did you already forget what your thing is called? You did, didn't you? See, that was my plan. My plan was to get the banter going, then her brain goes, because that's what with my brain. I had to write down happiest season. I could not have. It's the simplest name of any movie. For the life of me, I couldn't remember.
Sure.
It's a documentary, and it's 5 or 6 episodes.
That's specific.
Middle Beach Murders.
Oh.
It's amazing. It's about this kid who goes back to try and figure out who the hell killed his mother very violently, but there's all this weird intrigue, and it's in this very affluent community in Connecticut on the shore.
And it's a documentary. This is like
it's one of those classic, real crime stories,
like,
and he's
true crime.
He's interviewing everybody
in the family,
and they're all crazy.
And like the people that found her, and they're all addicts. They're all crazy. They all have very questionable, emotional.
Oh.
I mean, very early on, we find out like the one aunt was pissed off at everybody, so she was like trying to hire a hitman.
Yeah.
And have the hitman come and kill them.
Yeah, over money.
Like,
That's great. That's great.
Because she was on so much drug. You're just like, what is going on?
Yeah, she was so drug-addled. And it involves like a pyramid scheme with a lot of money involved in the whole state of Connecticut. And they even have the former AG from Connecticut, who is now a senator, who you've probably
good for you,
seen,
sir.
Probably seen on the telly here and there.
Sure.
And the season finale is tonight. And there's a whole bunch of like millions and millions of dollars of money laundering involved. Now, how this middle class suburban mom who was an addict and went to AA meetings got involved in all this shit, I don't know, but we're gonna find out tonight.
But it's impressive, you know.
And then my next one that starts next week. It's called Alabama Snakes.
Alabama Shakes.
Is that like a similar?
No, Snakes.
Shakes.
And it's about hill folk snake handlers.
Oh, I'll watch that.
Oh, I'd watch that. Yeah.
And like how one of them used his snakes to murder people. Yes.
What else are you going to use your snakes for?
This is why I don't trust snake handlers.
No, you should not. You should not. You shouldn't.
Snake in the hand's worth two in the bush that are attacking.
Because that's hard to prove. You know what I mean? Like, if a snake kills you, you're like, yeah, it's a snake. What are you going to do? But a guy's telling the snake to do it.
Here's the... I don't know that rattlesnakes are indigenous to Appalachia.
Maybe just throw a rockfish at them.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I like.
Well, thank you, Shannon. It's been interesting having you.
Do we think there's going to be a conclusion to the one that you're watching? Like, do we think we're going to find out who done it?
You know what? I think we're going to have a pretty good idea because whatever happens, the kid, it's the son who's doing this documentary, and he's been doing it since 2016. Jeez. He's been filming people and trying to figure it out.
I'm yawning.
So he wears a wire to the vigil for his mother, which was last year. I don't know. It's like the 5th anniversary of her death or something. So they're having this big town vigil. And for some reason, he's wearing a wire to catch somebody saying something crazy. Odds are it's a family member.
Sure.
So we'll know tonight. We can.
Okay. Well, keep me posted, because if it's still open-ended, I honestly don't want to. I don't want to watch it. That sounds sad. But if they figure out who did it, I will watch it.
Well, it's going to be better than The Undoing. I'll tell you that much.
You love The Undoing.
I love The Undoing until the end.
You love the ending.
No,
I was the one that complained about the ending.
No, them landing the helicopter wherever they wanted.
You didn't like it because of a stupid helicopter. You liked the ending. That wasn't the ending thing that. Them landing a helicopter was not the final thing that happened in the movie.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Dumber than this stupid movie we just watched?
Well,
no. It was just a minor plot thing that was dopey. It was did not make the other 6 hours worthless.
It was made so well up until that
The one helicopter. They lost me with the helicopter.
It's true.
Okay, well, you were lost with the helicopter. I was lost for real structural issues with the show.
Like what? You thought...
Because they structured the show like a mystery, and there was no mystery.
Yeah, it was.
If you make a whole movie that says there are going to be twists and turns, and then you get to the end and there's no twists or turns, like,
no,
well, why?
That's the twist, Dan. The twist is there are no twists. You didn't see it coming, did you?
I understand that, but that doesn't. You can't. What was the mystery?
They misdirected him. I can't tell you how many times, to the point where now when we watch the commercials with Donald Sutherland's voice on it, he goes, "He's the killer," and I'm like, you need to stop it because
they set me up. You see, the twist can't be that there's no twist. The twist has to be so complex that you didn't see it coming. You're like, oh my God, he's actually his own father. It's his own father.
What?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no, that's the point. You think there's going to be a twist, but there is no twist. That's the point.
That's not a twist. That's the opposite of a twist.
It's an anti-twist.
Oh, yeah, the killer is exactly who we said it was from day one.
Well, that's the point. Life isn't as dramatic and overly complicated as you would like it to be. It's not a big movie.
Yeah, Dan.
But you have to save the cat.
You do have to save the cat. It's very important.
If you don't save the cat, nobody's going to be happy with you. They're going to be like,
yep,
you killed the cat? Ugh, I did not like this
later.
movie.
Just like the helicopter.
Yep, just like the helicopter.
No, you don't understand.
You don't understand about that.
I don't care how rich you are. You don't fly a helicopter and land wherever the hell you want to land in the middle of a high-speed chase. I'm sorry.
Donald Trump flies his helicopter.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so we are done with 20. Oh, we are done with 2020. Because I have to be enthused because the 2 years are like low energy. I gotta be high energy.
The twos are yous. Hey, yous twos.
So 2020 has come to an end.
Please, because I complain about these idiots upstairs.
Goodness.
Constantly.
Okay, 2020 has come to an end.
Oof.
Thank you, Shannon, for stopping by the old, your elbows.
Yay, Shannon, my wife.
I was gonna do like, doing puppet for Shannon.
Oh, Jesus.
Shannon. I really love this movie, Shannon. So to kick off 2021, we're gonna do a month of January they're called Schlockbusters. Schlockbusters. These are movies where they either attempt at tentpole movies. They're movies that kill the tentpole. These are movies that were supposed to be blockbusters and really just turned into complete disasters for a myriad of reasons.
Wait, kill the tentpole?
Kill the tentpole. Right? You make a movie. What's a good one, Tony? Where they killed it. They thought they were going to be making a tentpole. Like you can almost say
the movie we're going to do.
No, like whatchamacallit, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Like they ended up making 3 of them, I think, but they didn't make all of them because they never really worked.
Oh,
they kind of limped.
Like Golden Compass crap.
Well, they only made one Golden Compass movie. Now they're doing Golden Compass on HBO. But yeah, they did one movie, and it was.
Oh, there's a show?
Yeah. Golden Compass, HBO.
It has the polar bear in it.
They're just dropping season 2. It just started.
Wow.
It's terrible.
It's so off my radar. Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Hamilton?
Yeah.
He's in it. He's terrible.
He's not great in Hamilton. So.
Isn't he?
He's my least favorite part of Hamilton, if I'm being honest. Sorry.
Oh, then this is the clip. Oh my God.
I'm going to be ostracized now. Lin-Manuel, get out of here.
I said
he seems like a nice guy.
He's incredible. But
is he?
Man. Oh yeah, go back. He's an incredible writer. Oh yeah, God. Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying stage performance. I mean, let's be clear, I've only seen the Disney Plus version of Hamilton, but I would have recast him.
Sorry, Lynn, you're out.
We're going to keep the script and the songs, everything but you.
Wow.
We love your songs. You're terrible.
Wow.
That's just, that's my that's my call.
Well, right? I mean, I guess you wouldn't want to cast like Sondheim, right?
Well, he doesn't. That's not what he does. Lynn thinks he's
Sure, I don't know. That's because he's got enablers all around him telling him he can do it. Anyhow,
if you write the world's greatest songs and you want to sing them,
they're gonna let you. They're gonna let you. It's true, and it did very well. So obviously, I'm wrong.
Was he in Into the Heights, or did he just write it and do the music?
I honestly don't know the answer to that.
No, because that's why he got to do Hamilton, is because he wrote a big hit musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get to do whatever you want. You make Grease, and then you make the fucking Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon! Puppies!
Okay.
Like, how do you go from Grease to this?
This is his dream project. You gotta remember, Grease was a hit Broadway show. All he did was convert it to the screen.
Adapt it. Yeah.
So, I mean, not to say that that's easy, but it's a very different creature than molding something out of whole clay.
Although he did just adapt this from a book. So, you know,
but that's
and
the whole...
again, this was not the first. This was not. This was not the first movie that had been made about it.
That's a good point too. Anyhow,
I'm sure this one was very. There's a lot of nudity in the 1923 version.
There probably is actually.
Probably a lot of.
Yeah. Whoa.
Okay, so moving on. The movie that we are doing
Bestiality.
next week, my schlockbuster pick is a movie that I feel like I've said this before, but saw this opening night at midnight. I thought this movie was going to be a home run, man. It's perfect. It's got a great cast. It's got Ryan Reynolds. And then this will probably give it away.
Oh no, not the Wolverine movie.
Oh no. First of all, there are a lot of moments in Wolverine Origins that I genuinely enjoy, except for Deadpool. Terrible. But Ryan Reynolds, and of course, you got Jeff Bridges. Does that give it away for you? Okay. Anyhow, think of it like this. There's this great movie called Men in Black. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Have you seen Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Wait, now, if you put those two movies together, you've got a bona fide hit on your hands.
Wait.
And it's called R.I.P.D.
We like that movie.
No.
Okay, this is going to be good. I'm excited.
Wait, who's this we?
You and I saw that movie. We liked it.
No.
Oh,
I've never seen that movie.
You and I sat and watched this movie. Goddamn yes! I mean, it's not a good movie, but there were some things about it that were kind of interesting.
It got just destroyed, and I remember opening night. I was like, "Oh man, this was rad!" I woke up the next morning. Everyone hates it, so I have not rewatched it since, and I feel like this is a good time. The perfect time to get back and see what went wrong, or if everyone was crazy.
Yes,
I don't know.
Let's dissect R.I.P.D. Yes, because he's a cowboy. That's Ryan Reynolds. That's the secondary guy. I did not remember that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Yep. Okay. So
that's what we're doing.
So if you like this episode, leave us a like or subscribe or
and follow Shannon and on all of her social medias.
She got kicked off of Facebook, I think. Are you still on anything?
Oh, I mean,
are you on? Is there any social media you're still allowed on?
What the IG?
You're on Instagram, but you've been kicked off Facebook and Twitter.
Well, Twitter forever.
Twitter forever. But, she's out. Never back to Twitter.
Wait, what? What happened?
Oh boy, it involves Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, God.
She wanted his phone number. She's like, I need to talk to him.
I love you so much. I think we're meant to be together.
Yeah.
she's the original junior head.
Yeah. And I was put in Facebook jail like too many times. So I'm like, forget it.
You're on Facebook.
It's not even worth it.
You got back on Facebook though, didn't you?
No.
You're still not on Facebook.
Like I deleted the app. But
so I guess don't follow Shannon on social media because.
So if you need to talk to her, just let me know and I'll give you her email because she would appreciate your missives.
A nice direct, a DM as they say. I think the kids say
direct message. That's what that's called.
Because I don't want to hear from anybody ever.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you.
It's true.
So we'll probably not ever do this again. But thank you for listening. Mistakes were made. Probably get us.
Hey, you know what we haven't said yet is everybody Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
And onward and upward 2021. Fingers crossed.
2021. So thank you all for being here. We'll be back. I'm Dan.
I'm Tony.
I'm the wife.
And this
my wife.
Hate Watching with Dan, Tony, and the wife. Goodbye, everybody.
Hey, watch it!